What if the thing you're chasing is the very thing keeping you from enjoying your life right now? Hey, it's Coryne, your mental performance coach for everyday life, and welcome back to Everyday MVP. Today, we're talking about something that trips up almost every high performer, and honestly, almost every human being at some point. We, as human beings, get so focused on the destination that we miss everything happening along the way. And here's the thing. The outcome is never fully in your control. You can do everything right and still not get the promotion. You can train consistently and still not hit your goal weight by the deadline you set. You can play your best game and still lose. And if the outcome is the only place you're looking for success, you will always be one bad result away from feeling like a failure. Think about competitive sports for a second. In every competition, there is a winner and there is a loser. You cannot all win. That's just the reality. So if winning is the only measure of success, half the room walks away feeling like they failed every single time, no matter how hard they worked, no matter how much they grew. But what if the athlete who finished second ran the best race of their life? What if they executed their strategy perfectly, stayed mentally tough through every obstacle, and walked off the track knowing they left everything out there? Is that a failure? No, not even close. That's the problem with measuring success only by the outcome. Outcomes aren't fully in your control, but the process is. And here's what that does to your motivation. When your focus is locked on the outcome, every day you're not there yet can feel like you're losing. And it gets really hard to stay motivated in that mindset. But when your focus shifts to the process, to what you can control today, there's always something to show up for. There's always a win available because you can control your effort, your focus, your consistency. You can control your attitude, your attention to detail, your kindness to yourself and others along the way. That's the process. And that's where the real work and the real reward lives. The challenge is that most of us understand this in theory, but when it comes to our own goals, we still get sucked back into focusing on the outcome. Maybe you're so focused on getting the promotion that you miss all the ways you're growing as a professional, the skills you're building, the relationships you're developing, the person you're becoming in the process. Maybe you're so focused on reaching a certain number on the scale that when you're not there yet, even though you've been consistent, even though you've been showing up every day, you give up because the destination hasn't arrived yet. And you completely miss the fact that you've built consistency, that you've changed your habits, that you're already different than you were 3 months ago. Or maybe you're recovering from an injury. You're so focused on getting back to where you were that every setback feels frustrating. Every day you're not fully recovered feels like you're falling behind. But what if success isn't just about getting back to 100%? What if success is showing up to physical therapy, staying patient with yourself, and recognizing the strength you're building even before you're fully healed? Or maybe you're parenting young kids and you're waiting for some moment when you finally feel like you've figured it out. But parenting isn't a destination you arrive at. It's thousands of small moments, the bedtime stories, the conversations in the car or at the kitchen table, the times you stay calm when it would be easier not to. If you're only measuring success by some future outcome, you might miss the impact you're already having every day. The destination gets all the celebration, but the journey is where all the growth actually happens. So let me ask you something. What happens after you get the promotion? After you hit the goal weight? After you're fully recovered from the injury? After your kids grow up and leave home? After the party, the celebration, the moment you've been working toward? Because most destinations don't change your life the way you imagine they will. The feeling lasts a day, a week, maybe a month, then life continues. And what happens if you aren't there yet? If the result doesn't come when you expect it to? James Clear put it in a way I haven't been able to stop thinking about. To crave the result, but not the process, is to guarantee disappointment. If the journey had no joy in it, if it was all just a means to an end, then what are you left with when you get there? Or what are you left with if you don't? The people who are truly fulfilled aren't just happy when they arrive. They find ways to be proud of themselves through the whole journey. They celebrate showing up for physical therapy when recovery feels slow. They celebrate being present with their kids even on the hard days. They celebrate the small wins that eventually become big transformations. They intentionally notice the growth along the way. They measure it. They look back and see just how far they've come. And when they reach the goal, they're already working on the next one because they love the process of becoming. That's what we're training for, not just the result, the ability to find joy in the work itself. We spend so much of our lives looking forward to the day we'll finally arrive, the day we'll retire, the day we'll have enough, the day we'll finally have it figured out. But here's the thing. Reaching the destination rarely gives us the lasting fulfillment we expect. Think about an athlete who finally wins the championship they've been chasing for years. There's a moment of joy, absolutely. But many athletes talk about feeling surprisingly lost afterward. The goal that had been driving them every day is suddenly gone. And what they often discover is that it was the process all along, the training, the growth, the relationships, the challenge, the pursuit itself. Those were the things that were actually fulfilling them. The destination gave them a moment. The journey gave them a life. The goal was never the finish line. The goal was becoming the kind of person who keeps showing up for the journey. So here's your MVP challenge this week. I want you to identify one outcome goal you've been focused on. Just one, and then shift your focus to the process behind it. Ask yourself, what does showing up for this goal look like today? What can I control right now? What's one thing I can be proud of in the process, regardless of where I am on the journey? Write it down, celebrate it, and come back to it every time the outcome feels too far away. Because the destination is worth working toward. But the joy, the growth, the pride, the fulfillment, that's all in the journey. Don't miss it. One day you'll arrive at the destination. The question is whether you'll enjoy the person you became on the way there. And remember, MindLead team, your most valuable player is you. Every day is a new day. Breathe in, breathe out. You've got this.